Squish is a mobile, 2D, top-down tower defense game similar to Castle Creeps, Defender 3, and Ant Smasher. Squish asks the question, what if the player could be the tower in a tower defense game? Rather than placing defenses and watching the game unfold, what if the player could become fully engaged during the entire level, thus adding a more arcade or real-time tactical strategy feel to a tower defense game? So what might a player do as a tower? The player is a farmer trying to sell their hard-earned crop at market. However, before the market opens, they must protect their crop from pesky bugs wanting to devour it. Similar to Castle Creeps, the player's crops will be featured at the center of the map and bugs will attack from viable bug paths. The player must then stop these bugs before they reach the crop and eat up the profits. On a mobile device, poking, pinching, and swiping are common user interfaces. With the introduction of pressure-sensitive touch, squishing can take on a whole new dimension for the user. Therefore, the player will poke the bugs to squish them, trying not to get bitten. If the bug is rearing its biting jaws or stinger, the player could opt to pinch the bug. The player will need to react to what the bug is doing in order to decide if squishing or pinching is the correct course of action. Making the wrong decision here will get the player bitten. If the bug can fly, the player must use a swipe gesture to swat the bug away. Flying bugs with their stinger at the ready should not be swatted. The player must manage their reaction with meaningful action to avoid swatting a bug ready to bite or sting. When the user does get bitten or stung, we use the haptic vibration feature supported by most mobile devices to alert the user they've been bitten. With each subsequent bite or sting, the screen gets a little more blurry, again sending the message that the user is the tower. As things get blurry, it gets harder to see if the bug is ready to bite or moving toward the goods. Consumables such as obstacles can be purchased to force insects to go around them, thus slowing them down. Sprays and zappers can be used against ground and flying insects respectively for crowd control. The player will have to weigh the value that these consumables bring versus the return on investment during any given level. With each successful squish, pinch, or swat, the player earns bravery points. These points can be used to upgrade the player's courage during a level, allowing them to more easily squish, stun, and kill bugs. The courage system allows players to unlock new levels of courage as the player gains stars. With each squish, pinch, and swat stats, the player can stun or kill tougher bugs much faster. Each level starts the player out as Pansy. As they gain bravery points, they can upgrade to higher unlocked courage rankings or spend them on adrenaline to fight the blur effects of stings and bites. If they've collected enough bravery, they can purchase a stomping mechanic which will stun a group of bugs in an area. The chart above is just a sample of the courage system, which will be fleshed out during the design phase. Bugs come in 5 varieties, and some may have a mix of attributes. Speed is how quickly the bug can move to the crop. Land and air determines if the bug walks or flies. This will affect the player's strategy. Poisonous identifies how hurtful the bug's bite and stinger is. The more poisonous, the faster they get blurry. Toughness is how many squishes, pinches, and swats it will take to kill the bug. The player's courage ranking is pitted against the bug's toughness. Boss bugs are usually strong in a variety of attributes and may even be a mix of land and air with special abilities such as immune to pinching or stomping. The more valuable the crop, the more money that is earned, allowing the farmer to unlock more levels, ultimately becoming the most profitable farmer in the market. All levels are replayable and ranked on a 3-star system based on how much crop remains for sale. Players can optionally choose to invest their money into power-ups such as obstacle sprays and zappers to help beat a particularly difficult level or unlock new levels. Unlocking new rankings of courage requires stars. Using pressure-sensitive touch technology for squishing bugs is a risk and may not be conducive for the speed at which the game plays. The inexperience of the team building mobile devices and touch interfaces is also a risk, not to mention if the player being the tower is fun or just frustrating. The other aspects of the game are easily mitigated using primitives, navigation system, terrain, and mechanics the team already has experience with. To mitigate the risks, we'll follow a fail-fast development strategy to build out a prototype to test drive pressure-sensitive touch points, prove out technical areas the team isn't sure about, and get a playable version in testers' hands quickly so that we can course-correct based on the testing results. Ultimately, keeping an open mind and willingness to adapt based on what we learned during the testing will make Squish a success. Thank you for your time.